Welcome back to the round 4 of Clash of Cultures. We 11 people are the first player. Hooray! I think this round we're gonna focus on getting that wonder built finally, because our cultures are flourishing. For our first action, we're going to use this city right here. We will be collecting 1 gold, 1 food, and 2 ores. And for our second action, we're gonna use the food, the ore, and the gold as a lumber to increase the city size. We will build an academy right here. Hooray! Now we have 2 size 3 cities, both of which are happy. And because I just built the academy, I will now gain 2 idea resources. And I will use them right away to get a new event, and this one will be Monument. So now if I want to build a wonder, it will be a free action. You do so at no action cost. But I must first reveal a new wonder card. We already had the Great Wall revealed from a long time ago, and the new wonder that we drew out, the Great Mausoleum. However the heck you pronounce that. So now I get to pick one of these 2 wonders, and only I will be able to build that wonder. And I think I'm going to pick the new one, the Great Mausoleum. It requires a priesthood in addition to engineering. But whoever attacks my city with a wonder, they must pay 1 mu or culture token for each of their army units. And also, when I increase city size with temples, my city does not activate. Very, very excellent. And let's not forget to increase our culture level by 1 and get 1 extra token as well. Welcome back to round 4. I'm taking over the blue player now. My blue player. My culture shall be called the metal culture because I'm a robot, you see. In the last video, the barbarians destroyed my city with temple, and I get a free army because I have that fanaticism. Battle in your city with temple. If I lose the battle, get a free army unit in one of my cities, and that's what I did. The barbarians attacked us unprovoked, unacceptable, must retaliate. First, must collect resources. Collecting 1 ore, 1 lumber, and 1 food. Second action, build armies of metal people. Spend 3 or 3 food to build 3 army units. Building 3 army units. And for my final action, going to move all units to commence attack against the barbarians. That's 1 move. 2 move. We shall annihilate the barbarians without mercy. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the gameplay of Clash of Cultures round 4. But first thing first, there's a mistake I need to correct from last video. In my last video, when I built the academy in my city, I should have gained 2 ideas when I built it, and I forgot to do that. So I'm gonna add them here now. And it's gonna help me tremendously too, and you'll see why in a minute. So for my first action, I'm going to use my biggest city right here to collect some resources. So I'm going to collect a gold from the port, an ore from the mountain, a food, and a lumber, which is sort of covered down here. I also get an additional idea resource because I have public education. So I get 1 idea resource when collecting from a city with an academy. Now for my second action, I'm going to use 2 of my ideas to get a new events. And I'm going to get steel weapons right here. So it allows me to do +1 hit in the first round against armies without steel weapons. And I actually need to pay 2 more ore to acquire it. So I'm going to do that. Actually gonna spend 1 gold as an ore and another ore here. Because of my free education events, I get 1 mood token when buying events using gold, ideas, or a mix of both. And I used just ideas just now, so I can get 1 mood token that way. And as my third action, I'm going to play an action card. As an action, at no resource cost, you may activate a city and increase its size. And other rules for increasing the size of a city still apply. And just with that, I'm going to increase the size of this city right here by building a fortress. The fire people are looking quite dangerous right there, so I want to strengthen my defense. Welcome back. This turn is gonna be another epic turn for the fire people. This turn, we're going to capture either this barbarian city or that barbarian city. I'm probably gonna do this one because that one is too close to the blue player, which has very scary armies. So first thing first, we're gonna collect some resources using this city right here. I'm going to collect a mood token, a food, and an ore. And remember, because I have the economic liberty, which right here, my first collection action does not cost an action. So I still have 3 actions still. For my second action though, I'm gonna use bartering. Right here. So I can exchange up to 3 resources into gold or culture tokens. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use my 2 ideas. My 2 ideas right here, 1, 2. And let's just say a food. And we're gonna get 3 culture. Oh, I can. Okay. Cause my culture limit is only 3. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the food and increase the culture token by 2. Or actually, I can spend the food and just get a gold. There we go. My second action, gonna spend a culture token. Actually, no, not gonna spend that. Sorry about that. But I'm going to play an action card. I'm going to play the cultural. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that word. So basically, I'm doing a cultural influence action, but instead of targeting a player, I'm targeting a barbarian settlement and trying to convert it into my own city. And like I said, that one is a little bit scary because the blue player is really close with their 4 army. So I'm gonna target this one, and next I can attack the yellow player. And I'm going to use this city to do the cultural influence right here, because this one I cannot use because it's under the influence of a yellow player, and when the city is under influence of another player, you cannot use it to exert cultural influence. And I need to spend 1 culture token to increase my range, because this is only range 2. 1, 2, and I need another 1, so I need to spend 1 culture token first. And here we go. And now let's roll the die. And we will need a 5 or 6 to succeed. Here we go. A 3, that's not successful. But I'm gonna spend 2 culture token to make it into a 5 right here. So it is a success. So this is now my city. Gonna change that. And also my army. And guess what? As my final action, I'm gonna do taxes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities, so I get 5 gold. So right here, I need to pay 1 mood token and get 1 gold for each city I have. And like I said, I have 5. So let's pay the mood token and increase the city. Sorry, not the city, the gold to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 7 gold. Woohoo!
I'm surrounded by lots of military actions. I must build some armies to defend myself. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this city to collect some resources to build army. And I'm going to use the same city here to activate the second time to build more armies. And because of that, the city is no longer happy. So I'm going to collect a gold, 2 ore, and a food.
And I'm going to build 3 armies. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So I made 3 new army units right here. And as my final action, guess what? Let's take over that city right here. As the attacker, I can declare whether I want to play a combat card or not, and I will not.
Well, but I will. I played this guy right here. Before any rolls of any kind, sacrifice 1 army unit to eliminate 1 enemy army unit and cancel his combat card.
Okay, that was simple. Didn't even need to roll any dice. So we each lose 1 army unit, and I have successfully captured the Fire People's settlement right here. And because it just got captured, it is now very angry. The Fire People will get a refuge. He will place it in one of his cities. Right here.
Well, I get to decide that, but yes, I will place it right there for sure.
And I also get 1 gold, because the city size was only 1. I play the Heroic General. Play after winning a battle against an enemy army, which I just did against the Fire People. Increase the mood of a city of your choice for free. Then you may make a civic improvement action at no action cost. So thanks to my Heroic General, I'm gonna bring this city back to happy again. And I will spend 1 culture token to make this city happy as well. For my free civic improvement action thanks to the Heroic General. And I'm happy to announce I have completed an objective right here. So I completed the bottom half, the daring, immediately after winning a battle against a player with more warfare advances, or against an army with more army units than yours, including barbarians. Well, I had more army units, but I only had 1 warfare advance, whereas the Fire People has 2.
We shall now commence attacking the barbarians. We shall now first move the army units. That's the first move actions. We can also move our settlers over to here to see what that region is. We got this tile. I cannot do it this way because my settler will drown. The tile must be placed as such. In my second action, we're going to attack right here. And my other settler, this one, can no longer move because it just moved into a mountain space. My armies have high morale. They are determined to win this battle. So I will add 2 to the CV value. And now let the battle begin. We now determine the combat value of the metal armies. We must roll 4 dice. 11, 12, 16, plus 2 from the action card, so that's 18. 3 hits total. We now roll for the barbarian. Barbarian has 9, which is only 1 hit. We eliminated all the barbarian enemies. We will keep this city as our own. But the city will not be happy. We will also lose one of our unit, unfortunately. As my last action though, we'll do a civic improvement. We'll make this city happy. Well, not really, we'll make it neutral. And we gain 2 gold because we eliminated 2 barbarian armies. We have also completed the Great Battle objective. Immediately after winning a battle involving a total of at least 6 army units including barbarians. I have 4 units, there were 2 barbarians, that's a total of 6. So this objective is completed.
Wow, all of a sudden this has turned into a pretty military intense game. I think we need to defend this area quite well because I'm surrounded by the fire player and the metal player. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this city to collect some resources. We're gonna collect 1 lumber, 1 food, 1 gold, and 1 ore. And because I have public education, so and the city has academy, so I actually also get an idea as well. So my second action is to build some armies. I'm gonna use the ore and the food for one army, and 2 wood for a ship, and a mood token for a second army because of the draft events. So draft allows me to build a single army, pay for with 1 mood token. But also, because of nationalism, I get 1 mood token back after building at least 1 army or ship. So that just works out well for me. So I can increase the mood token by 1 right there. I can only build ships here because that's where my port is. I cannot build it here unless I use this city. For my third action, I'm going to use the lumber, food, and gold to build a port. And now, here's the good part. I'm going to pay 2 mood tokens to use my absolute power. So if I pay 2 mood token, I can take an extra action this turn. That's exactly what I'm doing. And for this extra action, I'm going to use the 2 ideas. And I'm going to get Siegecraft. So with this, I can cancel the fortress's ability, but I need to pay some wood and ore. Oops, I think I blocked. I need to pay some wood or ore to activate it. And because I have free education, I can get 1 mood token back because I just used 2 ideas to pay for the events. And now that ends my turn. So first, I'm going to spend 6 gold to increase the city size for both of these cities right here. So what I'm gonna build are fortresses just to strengthen the defense for my cities. And I'm gonna activate this city right here to collect 1 food. And the activation is free, doesn't require any action cost. So I spend 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for increasing the city size. And I get 1 food. And that doesn't cost an action because of the economic liberty right down here. And as my final action, I'm gonna use the food and the gold to get a new advance. I'm going to use the separation of power.
So first, we'll use this city right here, activate it to collect 4 resources. We will collect 2 ores, 1 gold, and 1 food. We need to increase our culture level by 1 more, because every wonder will cost at least 5 culture tokens. For our second action then, we will going to get a new events. We're gonna spend 1 food and 1 gold. We will get the priesthood, cause that is also a prerequisite for the mausoleum wonder. And priesthood allows me to get science events at no full cost. And that's what we're gonna do for the third action. We're going to use our last action to get mathematics. And therefore, our culture level increased by 1, and we also get another culture token, and we had to draw an event card. And we got migration. You must both select another player who gets a settler in a city of his choice, and reduce the mood of one of your cities if possible. And this symbol means we get 2 gold coins right away. So I guess not all of my lemon people likes our culture and they are migrating. What a shame. So we will receive 2 gold thanks to the event migration. And we're going to pay 1 mood token because of the myth. Allows me to pay 1 mood token to avoid reducing a city's mood due to an event card, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I will also select the green player because they're the farthest away.
It is now the Metal City's turn. We're going to develop this city into a glorious one, because it's at the center of the world. It's at a very good position to culturally influence other cities around him. That's exactly what we're gonna do. For our first action, we'll spend 1 Mu token to increase the happiness. So this is for civic improvement. Then we'll spend a gold and a lumber to build a temple. Temple does not require full cost because I have state religion. And lastly, we're also gonna activate the same city again by paying the gold, the lumber, and the food to build a fortress to strengthen the defense. But this city is no longer happy, it's just neutral. We also receive a Mu token for building the temple. And that's all my 3 actions, but I'm gonna use art and sculpture right here. Pay 1 culture token to take a cultural influence action at no action cost. We're gonna just pick that one out of randomness. We shall roll the die now. 6, that's a success. We shall spread our culture into the lemon people. That fortress will not be ours. I will also get my culture token back because that was a success due to my conversion technology. Things are certainly heating up in round 4. I did all the other players attacking each other, culturally influence each other, and they're all concentrated in the middle area. And we are actually gonna join in the action too. I think it is time to start our military events. So what we're gonna do is conquer the fireplace city right here. And that will give us 2 points, and the fire player will lose 2 points. And I'll show you how I'm gonna do it. So for my first action, I'm gonna move both of my armies right here onto the ship. The ship can transport lane units, but only up to a maximum of 2 at a time. So for my second action, we're gonna move again. 1, 2 here, and 1, 2 here. And we're gonna start 2 battles. We'll resolve this one first. Now the battle begins first with the fortress city. Normally we'll each roll a die, one for my attacking army and the other one for the fortress that's defending it. But no matter what we roll, if we both roll a hit, they will both be cancelled because the fortress can cancel the hit. And because I have the warship's ability, it will also allow me to cancel 1 hit in the first round. And since there's no army in that city at all, the combat ends after 1 round and I automatically just capture the city. So we exchange all the pieces into my color and the city becomes angry. I also will receive 3 gold because the city size is 3. And the fire player will receive a settler as a refuge in any of the other cities. And I choose to put the settler in the city beside it. And this also means I complete the objective right away. Amphibious assault. Immediately after capturing a player's city with an army attacking from a ship. And I certainly did that, so that's 2 more points for me. Now, for the second battle that's taking place, it's a one of my army versus 3 of the fire player's army. And we both have the steel weapons advance, so we don't get the bonus of 1 hit in the first round. But I do still have warships, so I can cancel 1 hit in the first round. So now let's roll the dice and see what happens. Since I'm the attacker, I must announce if I'm playing an action card, which I'm not. And I'm not gonna play any action cards either because, well, I have none. So let's roll the 1 die for my army. Here we go. 1. Okay. Let's roll for the fire player. So here I go. 3 dice for my 3 mighty armies. So that's 11. So 2 hits. So one of the hits will be cancelled, but that's left with just 1 hit, and that's enough to kill my army. And I completed another objective. I got the Warmonger. Immediately after having fought 2 different army cities on your turn and winning and capturing at least 1, including barbarians. Well, I did fight 2. I lost one, but I captured one, so I satisfy the requirements and I get 2 points. And for my last action, I'm going to activate this city right here to collect some resources. So we're gonna get a happiness token from the port, a food, an ore, and a lumber. And we can also get one more idea because of our, I think it was public education. That's all 3 of my actions, but I'm not done yet. I'm gonna spend 2 Mu token to use my absolute power. So I can pay 2 Mu token to get an extra action this turn. We're going to build some armies to solidify the new city we just captured. Although it's angry, I can still activate it. I can only just build 1 though, but that's fine. So now we can defend this city. Not too worried about this one because it's surrounded by mountains and forests, so it will be very difficult for anyone to attack me with a surprise. And thanks to the nationalism, I can get 1 Mu token back for building that army. So we're gonna do exactly just that. We will take this city back that is rightfully ours. For first action, we're gonna collect some resources using this big city right there. But I have economic liberty, so my first action has no action cost. So my actual first action will be the civil liberties. So I get 3 Mu tokens that way. And then I'm gonna use voting to pay 1 Mu token to take a civic improvement action at no action cost. So we're gonna connect 2 food, 1 ore, and 1 number. And we also get 3 Mu tokens from the civil liberties. And then we're gonna pay 1 to use voting and 1 for civic improvement. Now we're going to activate this city right here to create 2 armies. Here we go. We will move our units. But first, let's move the settler right here to see what's going on in that region there. And we get barbarian tile. You can see the symbol right in the middle. Yeah, I'm gonna put it all the way over there so that it doesn't bother us. Now, the epicness begins. We're gonna move this group of units into this space right here. So I have 3 units, and the green player has 2 units, but he also has a fortress, so he can add 1 more die in the first round. And I have no action cards to play, but the green player does. So I'm going to play the for the people. If you are defending a city, add 1 die to your combat roll. So I will have 2 dice for the 2 armies, 1 from the fortress, and 1 from the action card for a total of 4 dice. And since both I and the green player have steel weapons, the bonus doesn't apply to each of us. So let's roll for my armies. Here we go. 1 hit only out of 3 armies. Unbelievable. And now, it's my turn. So I have 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hits. 1, 2, yes, 3 hits, because that's 15. I only scored 1 hit, but that hit is cancelled by the fortress, so I actually didn't land any hits at all. And I received 3 hits, so all my armies are annihilated. I was planning to use this to attack again, but I don't think I will do that right now because it's just gonna be suicide. And that ends my pathetic turn right now.
I was planning to complete the diverse objective, but the metal people influenced my fortress. I have no objectives completed this status phase. And for my free events, I shall get the storage. And I will increase the happiness level by 1. And I get a happiness token as well.
No objective completed this term. We shall now get the mathematics free events. We increase culture by 1 and culture token by 1. Now for my status phase, I did complete an objective because I have 1 fortress here, a second fortress I just acquired from the fire people. The metal people have one fortress and that's it. And the lemon people also only have one fortress. And the fire people's fortress is right over here. So I have more fortress than any other players. And I completed the fortified objective. I own more cities with fortresses than any other player. And for my free events, I'm going to get the totalitarianism, however the heck you pronounce that. Because I see Blue is really close to me and he's doing all this cultural influence. So I want to make sure he doesn't do that to me. And I also completed the government objective. Because I have all advances in the democracy department. So 2 more points for me. And for my free events, I'm going to get Siegecraft. So that those annoying fortresses can no longer work. Alright, that's it for round 4. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as you can see, there's a lot of things going on this round. And who knows what might happen in the next 2 rounds, which will conclude the game. So I've already drew the objective and action cards. I will show you at the end of the video. And nobody wants to raise their size 1 cities, and the yellow player, the lemon player, is still the first player next round. Alright, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.